مولاي صل وسلم دائما 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 دائما.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to the guidance segment, and I am Oloba Hidayah. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for sparing my life, for sparing your life, to witness another beautiful day in this glorious month of Ramadan. I hope you started packing the boxes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I tell you, time waits for no man. It's already the top day, subhanallah. On today's program, we shall be discussing the importance of Sarur and Hajja Aisha Mustafa. She is the Amira and leader. She will be teaching us strictly with the importance of Sarur. Stay tuned.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Allah has actually made it easy for us to witness yet another Ramadan. We pray He preserves our life till the end of the month, and also to witness many more years of Ramadan. Inshallah, inshallah, we want to look at the importance of Sahur today. Now, Sahur, as we all know, many people call it Sahur or say Sahari or Sahri or whatever we want to call it. What we mean by Sahur is the early morning meal that is taken before the break of dawn to mark the beginning of Ramadan for each day. This Sahur is a highly recommended sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is a sunnah Prophet sallallahu used to engage in, and he actually told us in many hadiths that we want to look at today that we should try as much as possible to take Sahur. But first we want to look at Quran chapter 2 verse 187, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually recommended this Sahur when He said, eat and drink. In the middle of that verse, that eat and drink until the white thread of dawn is distinguishable from the black thread of night. And as such, it is an injunction from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who actually prescribed fasting for us. He prescribed fasting for us in the Quran, and He also told us to take Sahur. So in taking Sahur, we are actually obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Next, in hadith collected from Anas bin Malik, he narrated that Prophet ﷺ said that take your early morning meal, take your Sahur, for in that is a blessing. This is collected by Muslim. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again directed Prophet ﷺ to instruct us as Muslims to follow Sunnah. Prophet ﷺ used to take Sahur, and he also enjoined his followers to follow suit. He used to call on his followers to join him in taking Sahur. So we know that in taking Sahur, then Allah SWT has actually made it a form of ease for us, to make the fasting easy for us and not to make it difficult. In taking Sahur, like I said before, we are obeying Allah SWT, we are obeying His command through obeying the Prophet and in the hadith I also quoted. And also because it is not to show how strong you are. That is not why you are fasting. You are fasting to obey Allah SWT. You are keeping away from eating, drinking, and other forms of various forms of vices, rather fornicating and all sorts of vices, so that Allah SWT can be pleased with us and forgive us our sins, overlook our shortcomings, and count us amongst those who are actually pure before the end of the month, inshallah. Secondly, we are emulating the Prophet and taking Sahur. We have said in that he actually used to call on his companions that they should come along and take Sahur, and it's a blessing. It's a blessed meal. Now, taking Sahur also ensures that the body has enough energy to carry out the work during the day. We cannot say because we are fasting, we can't do other things that we used to do before. You can't go to work. Though it's allowed, you can decide to take time off, and decide to go on leave, or your annual leave, or a few weeks of leave if you are permitted from your work. But then, if you are going to office and fasting, there's nothing bad in it. So we can have enough energy if we take sahur, even if it's a light meal. Also, it makes the fasting easier for us. It makes it lighter for us. Even if you don't take more than a sip of water, like this narrated by Sa'id al-Khudri, when he said, Prophet ﷺ said, sahur is a blessed meal. Do not neglect it. Even if you take a sip of water, even if taking a mouthful of drink, it's actually encouraged for us to take it. It continues in that, he's saying, for Allah and the angels, bless those who observe it. Bless those who take sahur. Now, this is collected from, by Ahmad, in the collection of Ahmad. Now, this makes us realize that blessing and reward abound in taking sahur. We are blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The angels also follow suit to bless us because we are taking sahur. And as such, we are able to realize that we gain physical benefits as well as spiritual benefits from taking sahur. There's another hadith again, where collected from, narrated by Amr ibn al-As. He narrated that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the difference between our fasting and that of the people of the book is the sahur meal. Taking sahur, that is the only thing that distinguishes us from distinguishes our own fasting from the fasting of the people of the book. So as Muslims, we don't just fast because we are fasting. We fast according to the injunctions of Allah. But it's actually Allah that told us in the Quran to fast. If not, we will not be fasting. Or if not, you can decide to fast on other days. But in the month of Ramadan, it is actually prescribed that you fast from the beginning to the end. And we also prescribed again in another verse, close to the other one where it described as of fasting, Quran 183. He said in Quran 187 that we should eat and drink until that time, the time shortly before Fajr, before the Muazzin calls the first Adhan, notifying that it's time for Fajr. So if you take a sahur, it stands out that you are obeying Allah, you are following the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and you are distinguishing this fast from the fast that any other person can decide to embark on. Maybe you want to fast because you have committed a sin, or you want to fast because you broke a promise, or you want to fast for anything, you want something from Allah or anything. If you are fasting Ramadan, then you should endeavor to take sahur, because Allah SWT prescribed it. So if you follow his injunction, you are obeying Allah, you are following the sunnah of the Prophet, you will be rewarded, and as well, at the same time, you have energy to carry on with the deeds prescribed in the month, like your daily salawat, like tilawa, reciting the Quran, astar, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and various other things like that. So if we actually want to earn the rahmah of Allah, then it is better for us to follow the injunction of Allah according to what the Prophet ﷺ has stipulated for us in the hadith that I quoted. You can always find other hadiths talking about sahur to tell us that it is a meal of blessing. Taking it shows that you are obeying Allah, you are a Muslim, you are a proper Muslim. You can say, if I can always go ahead and fast, yes. Fasting without sahur, you will still have the benefit of fasting, but then it will not be a complete benefit, it will not be a complete reward, because you have not followed the sunnah of the Prophet. But it doesn't matter if you sleep, you forget to wake up for sahur, then you are forgiven, because if you have not done it intentionally, you do not actually intend to bypass the injunction of Allah to wake up for sahur, but you only overslept, and this is allowed. So you cannot say, because I have not taken sahur, I will not fast. No, you can fast without taking sahur, but then you should not do it intentionally. You should endeavor to wake up that time, eat a little, take a sip of water. If you can't eat, then remember Allah. You can use the time to observe tahajjud. You can use the time to to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Prophet Sassam said, he actually descends with the angel every night to ask, who is calling on me to forgive him, that I will forgive him? Who is asking of something that I will give him? Who wants me to do something for him that I will do it for him? So there because we pray, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy for us to get up and pray and do our fast, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has actually enjoined in the Quran. If we follow the dictates of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and follow the sunnah of the Prophet, then we'll be rewarded in full. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy for us to do our deeds in the way, in the manner He has actually stipulated, and that our deeds will be accepted from us as ibadah. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us to witness many more Ramadan. We pray He will forgive us our sins, accept the little we are doing as acts of ibadah, and then at the end of the month make us be like newborn babies that have no sin at all. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the little we have done as acts of ibadah. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum. Are you planning a trip to the holy land of Mecca and you wonder which agency can give you your money's worth? Don't you worry, because Zamzam Travels Limited is here. Yes, Zamzam Travels Limited will take care of all your exclusive Hajj and Umrah trip to the holy land of Mecca and Medina. Special packages include accommodation closer to Haram in Mecca and Medina, friendly airport protocol, fly with Emirates Airlines, user-friendly tour guide, lecture from great scholars, and last but not the least, will leave you in the hands of competent staff to take to your needs. For further inquiry, contact us at our corporate office, Kilometer 32 Abeokuta Expressway, Lakeshore, Gas and Oil Premises, Kola Bus Stop at Lagado, Lagos. Telephone 08025141515, 08037130515. At Riyadi Zamzam Travels Limited, let's make your pilgrimage a blissful one.
You're welcome back, subhanallah. I hope you now know how suhoor is very important, because she has made us understand that without suhoor, your fasting is void. You have to take something, even if it's a little water. And remember, your suhoor has a time it will lapse. So take note of all this. Make sure you eat halal food. Your last born of water, make it easy. Today on our health segment, we shall be discussing prophetic medicine. And Hajja Ali will be discussing Zamzam water. This will be closely followed by the Kirat and the Quran competition. This has been sponsored by Alaja Shifawu Aweru by a book. Stay tuned.
Salatu wassalam ala shukr wa sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. La ilaha illallah wa la sharika lahu, lahu mulku wa lahu hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We thank Allah for making us witness another Ramadan. May He, out of His infinite mercies, count us among those who witness many more Ramadans, beneficial Ramadans. Today we want to talk about the Zamzam water. And I know a lot of Muslims must have heard of the Zamzam water, tasted the Zamzam water, or at least seen the Zamzam water one way or another. By default, a lot of us know that when pilgrims go for Hajj, they bring Zamzam water, either for Umrah or Hajj. They bring in Zamzam water. In fact, some people call it the miracle water. Why are Muslims so particular about Zamzam water? What are the virtues of the Zamzam water? Some people say there are miracles inherent in the Zamzam water. How true are these claims? Today I want to shed more light into Zamzam water, tell you the benefits and virtues, and possibly the miracles a lot of people have witnessed with the Zamzam water. Now all of us will know, or if you do not know, maybe I should tell you, that Zamzam water was actually done by Angel Jibril alayhi salam. And it is this same water that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala quenched the thirst of Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. This well was dug over 3,000 years ago. 3,000 years ago, that is a whole lot. Now, people will ask, why is Zamzam water so special? Let us now look at the miracles that makes this Zamzam water so special. Now, the Zamzam water is a shallow well. shallow in the sense that it is just 35 meters deep. And in a well that is that shallow, it feeds and quenches the thirst of over 1 billion people every year from all around the globe. When people come for Umrah, they take the Zamzam water, they drink it, they take their bath in it, and they take some home. The Zamzam well does not ever dry. Even though it is shallow, it continuously makes up itself. It continuously increases with the demand that it is put on it. If there are 1 million people for Hajj and Umrah this year, they need wood to be satisfied. And that is truly miraculous. Now, another thing we would want to discern is that in the Arabian, if you're going to dig any well, it has to be very deep before you get to water. Zamzam water is very shallow, just like I said earlier, and it has never dried up, not once, since it has been done 3,000 years ago. That is a miracle. Now, if you taste Zamzam water, if you have ever tasted Zamzam water, and compare it to the water you take anywhere around, your table water, your tap water, even your well water, you realize that the taste is completely different. The salt constituent is slightly higher than normal water. In fact, the constituent of calcium and other minerals inside it is actually far higher than any other potable water. That also is a miracle. Now, the possibility of Zamzam water has been proven by the scientists. Some years back, about 2 decades ago, some people claimed that Zamzam water was not possible for drinking, was not even good enough to be drunk. But this was proven wrong when the king of Saudi Arabia then insisted that a research should be done on the Zamzam water. And the research has proven that the Zamzam water is as potable as any other water. Now, remember that we said that the Zamzam water is just about 35 meters deep, has been dug for 3,000 years, and believe it or not, it does not have any aftertaste. They do not put chlorine or fluoride or any of those additives. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed the Zamzam water, and it has everything the human body needs. It has not been chemically treated or chlorinated in any form at all. And this makes it a miracle. For water to be there for 3,000 years, continuously, and nobody puts any additive to preserve it, it is something that is a miracle.
As a total woman, I choose my friends carefully, just as I care very much about what I wear, what I eat or drink, what I read or give to my family. And for my home and office, I want that classy oriental touch. For a very long time, I couldn't find the place to meet my desire until I discovered Beitu Zina, a true friend indeed. Beitu Zina wonderfully meets most of my needs as a Muslim woman: spiritual, intellectual, social, and many more. Aside from being a storehouse of Islamic knowledge, Beitu Zina is simply an abode of exquisite beauty and splendor. It's a home of fashion so graceful. Gift items at Beitu Zina? Trust me, it's beyond your imagination. Now, if you're as choosy as I am, then I welcome you to share my friend with me. Beitu Zina, your one-stop shop for all that is Islamic.
Then the last one, who is the Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs in Nigeria? I will give you options, but I'm not supposed to give you options because you are a student at MSS. All MSS members must know this one. I used to say it anywhere out. That is the first thing when we are joining MSS in our own days. That is the first thing we are told as an history. So if you don't know this one, okay, let me give you the options. Yeah? 1. Alhaji Latif Ibrahim, Alhaji Afolayo, Alhaji Abdulatif Adebite, and Alhaji Muslim Sholukan. Now, don't answer this question. Name AMCO executive chairman. What is the name of AMCO executive chairman? We have choose out of this option. Abdulatif Yakub, Abdulatif Adebite, Alhaji M.I. Obelu. Didn't find. So the other one is Abdulatif Adebite. And fortunately, he was the first president of the Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, MSS, when it was founded in 1954, April what? Those who are MSS here, April what? April what? April what? It was founded in April 1954. Yes.
Sufficient Junior.
Read any two verses from Surah Al-Fil.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تدليل.
Now, still on the Quran question, what is Surah Al-Fil and its significance?
Surah Al-Fil is its significance is that.
What is Surah Al-Fil?
Surah Al-Fil, chapter of the elephant. Its significance is when the king of Habasha wanted to destroy the Kaaba in Mecca. When he built his own Kaaba that God did not order him to build, he now intended to destroy it.
Don't understand. You have fun, yeah. So, I'm giving you 8. The first one I said you read 2 verses, you read more than 2 verses. I said 2 verses, you read more than 2.
We want you to know fast.
You understand? But the other one, you know it. So give him 8. Question 2. In terms of category, Sahih Hadith is in what category?
The first category.
Are you sure? Which of the compilers of Hadith are the most widely accepted by all Muslims?
Bukhari and Muslim.
Give him 10.
Takbir.
You're welcome back. Subhanallah. Allah has blessed us Muslims with water for purification. See how holy Zamzam water is. Ajia Umwani has made us understand the importance of Zamzam water in our lives. She has given us a bit of the history of Zamzam water. I hope you've learned so much from what you said. We say Jazakumullah khairan to all our sponsors, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program. You can visit our website on www.hidayahtreasures.com for you to view series of our programs, and also time for salat, daily dua, and all that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our deeds this glorious month of Ramadan. So we'll come your way tomorrow, bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق